What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video. Today we have an especially interesting one that we are going to be talking about. You guys can see on the screen, finest time is coming around. The finest fan vote reveal is going to be on Tuesday, September 24th at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 Eastern. That is going to be on twitch.tv/Sony San Diego Studio. If you go ahead and look at the calendar right here, you guys can see we are going to be getting 30 new finest flashbacks, and we are going to get to vote on them. Quickly, if you guys can leave a like down below on this video, definitely does help me out a ton. Subscribe if you guys are new. On the road to 17,000. Thank you guys so much for the incredible support all MLB 19 long. But let's go ahead and get right into this one. So finest is coming around. Basically, if you guys don't know what that is, it is a program that they have been doing since MLB The Show 17. It is pretty much really well received, I do think, within the MLB The Show community. A lot of people like it. Usually they go ahead and have their own creative card art. I really think it looks fantastic. I'm always a huge fan of the graphics design team on MLB The Show and what they go ahead and do. I think they do a fantastic job, and we are going to be seeing that coming around, and basically it just highlights the best players from that MLB season, and they get really high diamond flashback cards. That's pretty much the gist of it. And today I want to talk about really what we are going to expect from that. So as you guys can see, it is going to be a fan vote. I quickly want to let it out there. If you guys think it's going to be 100% open-ended, I really highly doubt that. And what I mean by that is I do not think it's going to be something where you can pick whoever the hell you want to get a finest card. I think in a way they would have some sort of pool of available players that we could pick from, just from the fact that I don't think they would allow us to make a finest Pat Venditti, or I guess I don't really know if he played. Who would be like the most meme? Chris Davis. I don't think they would allow us to make a finest Chris Davis. Honestly, either of them. They were both pretty shit within 2019, both the C and the K Chris Davis. I don't think they would allow us to do that. So, and regardless, you know, I just don't think they would have the voting like that. They have not said officially how they're going to do it, but in a sense, I don't know how you could just like type a random ass player and that counts for a vote. Like for Chris Davis, I don't think that would happen. Personally, who knows, maybe it's going to surprise me, but that just does not seem like something they would do. MLB The Show, give it for what it's may. It is not Madden or 2K. Some people want to say it is, and there are some times where stats aren't completely realistic, I might say. Like Ozzie Smith, I think they were very generous on his offensive numbers. If you go ahead and look at his stats, he was not that great of an offensive player. He was a phenomenal defender, but he did not deliver too much to the plate offensively. And then if you want to talk about how is Adam Jones a 96 overall, how does he rank that high above guys like Johnny, or I guess Johnny Dame is the same overall, but you know, being like the same overall as Mike Trout, how does that make sense? That's fair, but at the same point, it's not like Madden or 2K where it is completely unrealistic and they just have filler stats in order to make content. MLB The Show does not do that. So that's why I don't think they would allow us to do that. I think they actually want us to pick players that are deserving of cards, and I think they're going to kind of reciprocate that, and that's what we're going to see with the finest program. Now, about how to get these cards. In the past, in MLB 17 and MLB 18, these cards were pretty much, I believe, only unlockable through packs. I know they did have a program last year, and they did a bunch of timed programs where it was basically monthly programs, and if you completed all the if you completed everything within it, you got a guaranteed finest player, albeit it was not sellable, but you did go ahead and get yourself a finest player nonetheless. I see them probably doing it pretty similar to how it has been in the past. I hope they don't do it just copy and paste cookie cutout from MLB 18, because I was not a fan of how they did the packs. It was 30,000 for a non-guaranteed finest player. I think they could have done much better within that, especially if you consider we have a guaranteed signature series pack that goes for 40,000 stubs, which hasn't been at the store for quite some time. I'm kind of looking for that again, and some new cards within there, because it has been a minute. But regardless, I really hope that they don't do that. Maybe if it's like 20k, or even if it's 30k and then you get a guaranteed finest player, I would be a lot more cool with that. But otherwise, I think they're probably going to do it pretty similar. I do think like inning programs is a perfect place that they are going to hand out free packs kind of like they have been with these Signature Series packs. I think that's something that we might see at, a 600 stars, 500 stars within the next programs, because we are on the 7th inning program now, and who knows how many we're going to get to. They've all but confirmed that we are going to be going into extra innings. You guys can see the 9th inning program is happening just late October, so I would find it hard to believe from November all the way until end of March we're not going to see another program. So who knows if it's going to be 10, 11, 12, 50,000 more inning programs that we're going to see, but we are going to be seeing more past the 9th inning. So I think that's a great place that they could be putting some of these finest players. Something I do want to talk about that is pretty interesting. Once again, if you did go ahead and see that number 30, there's 30 teams within Major League Baseball. I think it would make sense if they did go ahead and have one guaranteed finest player per team. That could be something interesting, both good and bad. I can see both arguments for both, because if you think about a team like the Yankees, the Astros, the Dodgers, they definitely have more than one player deserving of a finest player. And then if you look at like the Tigers, the Royals, the Marlins, who are you really going to give a signature card? Are we really going to see like a 95 Matt Boyd from the Tigers? I don't think a whole lot of people are going to be interested in that, but who knows, maybe it's going to happen. I think it could be cool though, just for the fact that I do always see so many complaints, and maybe this is an isolated issue, but whenever a new Giant signature comes out, whenever a new Cardinal signature card comes out, everybody always throws a hissy fit and gets upset, which I guess is somewhat warranted because the Cardinals currently have 10 Signature Series cards, and they're going to also have Stan Musial. They're also going to have Albert Pujols, and those are just the guaranteed ones, and that's going to end up being 12 signature cards. And if you look at the Rockies, they don't even have 12 flashback cards within the game right now. So representation is a big thing. I think 31 per team could be interesting. I think it could be cool. And then maybe they have kind of a collection reward, and they have like the top finest player. Maybe that's going to be like, I don't think it'd be a Trout, because I still think they're going to go along the route of a Signature Series Trout. But maybe if they did like a 99 Christian Yelich, a 99 Bellinger, something like that, it could be really interesting. And I think that would be a great way to kind of wrap it up. And I personally would be a fan of that. Like I said, you guys are going to have to let me know down below in the comment section. Would you guys rather have it be one per team, or would you rather just 30 of the best players, if they 30 of the most deserving players, pretty much? Because I could see people getting upset if Matt Boyd gets one, and then let's say somebody very deserving of a maybe like a Michael Brantley, somebody who's had a really good 2019 campaign, doesn't get one, and then Matt Boyd gets one because the Tigers have no other deserving candidates. So that is something you have to think about. As far as overalls, keep in mind last year the lowest, and this is still the same overall rating system. I don't believe it has changed one bit. So a 99 last year would be a 99 this year, regardless of the different year. Last year the lowest was a 93. I think we got a 93 Aaron Nola and a 93 JT Realmuto and a Lorenzo Cain. So I think we're going to still see 93 or around there be the minimum that we're going to see for finest cards. Especially, I would be very disappointed if they did not follow suit with that this year, because last year was a bit different. We didn't have all these cards that we have this year. If you look, we almost have 2 full pages in 99s, and it's not even October yet. So we have so many more high overall, high ranking Diamond, Flashback, Signature Series cards this year. It would be a travesty, in my opinion, if they did decide to make them lower, which is another reason why I don't know if they would want to go the route of one per team, because they would have to kind of, falsify, if that's a word. I'm probably not, but they would have to kind of make fake cards in a sense for some of those lower teams, like the Tigers, like the Royals. I guess they could probably make like a 93 Jorge Soler. That probably wouldn't be too difficult. But like the Marlins as well, I don't know who could realistically be that high of an overall. How did I not mention the Orioles within there? I guess Trey Mancini, Hanser Alberto, or guys like that. But I think it's going to be fun regardless of how they do it. Once again, this is usually a fan favorite program that they do run to the community, and I'm hoping that they do decide to do more stuff like this. I am probably going to, there's one more point I was actually going to make before I wrap this thing up. As far as the cards that we're going to receive, I think it's important to understand that I don't think that it is going to be 100% open-ended once again. For example, the perfect guy is Justin Verlander. He already has a 99 overall card. I don't think he's Cy Young anymore. I will give it to his teammate Garrett Cole. I think he's probably more deserving than JV, but Verlander's definitely second on that list in my opinion. Regardless, he would get a finest flashback card if he didn't have a 99 overall signature card already. It doesn't really make all that much sense to make a 96, 97 Justin Verlander for the simple point of him wearing an Astros uniform. I don't think that makes sense in my opinion. However, if you take a look at Christian Yelich or somebody like that, who does have a 93, that's his last series card. He does not have a diamond flashback. I could see them making like a 98, 99, like I said, or even Ballinger, who has a 95 overall April Player of the Month card, which is a 95. I could still see them making a 98, 99 because it makes a lot more sense to me if they went over a couple overalls compared to under a couple overalls, because you want the best of a card. You don't really want a slightly worse of a card. I think that's a bit of a wasted opportunity for a different guy who could have been deserving. Guys that you usually expect to get these cards are, you know, like the top performers. Like I said, if they already have like a really high ranking signature flashback card, I think you can kind of pencil them off a little bit. Somebody like Nelson Cruz, who is having a great season with the Twins at age 40, I believe now. I don't think he's going to get one because he's 97. Somebody like Anthony Rendon is the picture perfect. I believe he got one in MLB 17. I think he definitely could be getting like a 98, 99 once again, depending on how they do these overalls. He's definitely the most underrated player in baseball. For so long, people thought the MVP race was just Christian Yelich and Cody Bellinger. Wrong. I think Anthony Rendon currently deserves to win MVP in the National League, to be completely honest with you. Is he going to win it? Probably not. I don't think he's going to, just because for whatever reason Washington usually doesn't get that much representation. You know, Strasburg and Patrick Corbin, both deserving to be all-stars in my opinion. Both of them got snubbed, so if you just look at kind of the details within there, I don't think it's going to happen. But usually hardware winners do get these cards. However, Finest is going to be coming out in October. They do not say necessarily when. I would imagine kind of like the 15th, around there. I don't think it's going to be the same day the 9th inning program comes out, or at least I hope not, because something tells me that is going to be a little bit wet and wild, being the 9th inning program. I think it's going to be pretty crazy, and I don't think they should just log jam all the content like that, especially when they're dropping 30 brand new flashback diamonds within the Finest program. But regardless, I am excited. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys are expecting. What are you hoping for? Do you want to see one diamond, one Finest flashback per team, or do you want to see 30 of the most deserving players? And then who do you guys want to see get Finest players as well? Let me know your predictions down below in the comment section. But if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like down below. Hope you guys are great today. There goes Zodi.
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.